Okay, everybody, it's 5:44 on the west coast of the United States of America. Welcome to Chart Chat Connect. This is Beauty Bubble. You can find me on Twitter at Beauty Bubble. You can find me on YouTube here as the user of the Beauty Bubble. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel so that you'll get notification of these incredible live events. But for the most part, we try and really run it for the full 8 hours. That's what YouTube gives us, is 8 full hours. And tonight is going to be kind of our first attempt at a planned and scheduled, actually booked event. And you'll notice in the title, it's called Chart Chat Connect and Chart Sugar. Many moons ago, I started to do some Twitter posts and called Chart Sugar. And they were actually to get the attention of Brian Sugar, who owns the entire franchise of Pop Sugar, Sugar This, Sugar That, etc., etc. And you can look at Brian Sugar is his name. And it was to focus on fashion, beauty, personal care names, and to engage a community that was interested in these names to, have focus lists and etc. And, he wrote me a couple of things on Twitter. Nothing really came of it. And it's always been, of course, a focal point of what I do is to always keep in mind what is going on in the world of fashion and beauty. No wonder. So in talking to Brian Beamish, who we know as Coach Brian over at TradingView, that would be at crinvestor.com or at crinvestor. We tried to consolidate what might be a great approach. So I'm doing just the prep work right now. We'll get a screenshot going in just a couple of moments here. But welcome. It should last for about an hour. It's going to start at 6. So if you're coming in a little early, there's still about 10-13 minutes in the broadcast here where, as I work things out, we'll be going in and out of chart slates. So if you don't mind, while I do all of that, then and today will be the 80th video. To consolidate today will be the 80th video, and so this is the YouTube. I need that, and I want to make sure that it goes into the group chat link. Control V. That's the YouTube. This will be the Hangout. I'll get that in there so I can pick it up. And we also need the Finviz link that I had sent out earlier. Let's see here. Go ahead and leave a comment. That. That works. Yep. Okay. And we'll X out of that. We'll bring it down a little too. Okay, and then we'll run over to Twitter and grab the. Let's see what I told him. Gave him the stock screener from Finviz, and these will be the names that we'll be covering. Control C, and back up to the hand. Sorry, I can only do it this way. That's the only problem. So there, the Finviz. That's the Finviz screener, and we'll be covering EL, Estee Lauder, JW Nordstrom, JWN, PacSun, PSun, and ENR. ENR happens to be Energize Holdings, which owns Banana Boat, the sunscreen people. So those are the tickers that we will be covering tonight. So we have that going on in there. I'll X out of that. And What I'll do maybe is also put the Chart Chat Connect. So let me remind you that yes, we do have a website, right? Chart Chat Connect, also Coin Chat Connect. And by going inside of the website, you can enter the 10-seat private hangouts when we have them there. And I know that there was a book that I needed to get in here too. We have like a little book section that we're going to be trying to build out. This has been like a long in the making and nothing has happened. A little bit has happened. I don't know much about building websites, and so the little bit that we have here, I'm very grateful for those that have stepped forward to help me build out the calendar and that sort of thing. So go to Chart Chat Connect. If you see anything about the site that you'd like to say, hey, I can help you with that, then please do. Would appreciate that. But that's over at chartchatconnect.com. If you're looking for a host, you'll check out Morpheus747 at Morpheus747 over at TradingView, and he's the fellow that actually hosts the site for me. Okay, so I'll X out of that, and we'll make sure that you know about that. Okay, if you're listening and you can, make sure that you tell your friends that we will be going live, and maybe they want to sit in. Just Brian Beam is sharing a video call. Brian, are you in with me right now? No. It says you're in a video call. I have to work on that. I don't know what that means. Okay, so now I can see how the tags work. Hangout on air, join Hangout, add a comment. Post the comment. Okay, with 7 minutes to spare, I think what I'll do is I will show you my Bitstamp chart. I've been working and posting this chart throughout the day, and it's how I've been kind of staying in contact with you guys. The circle's drawn. Oh, here, let me do a screen share, and we'll get to that part now. Screen share, and let's hope it sticks. It's hard to get my screen shares to stick. I don't know why. Okay, so we've been looking at the Bitstamp now for what, 3 days, I think. This is on the 15-minute Bitstamp, and we'll put the TradingView chat off to the side there. So you're looking at a TradingView.com chart. This is a chart that I built, just like everyone else. You know, you come in and you grab your ticker, and then you're able to build the charts in accordance with your own time frames, the certain candles that you're interested in, and just a whole slew of wonderful tools, annotation tools, lots of different ways that you can navigate the charts to exhibit you know, what you're seeing happening in the name. And so what you see in my charts is this is a modified Ruby. Ruby is a stacking sequence of EMAs. And Yerb, Y-E-R-B, that would be at Yerb over at TradingView, actually did the Pine script for a 4 times moving average cross. And so this is really a modified Ruby based on moving averages. And your parameters or arguments are the 8, 41, 96, and 243. You can grab any of my charts that have been published and make it yours. It says make it mine. And you'll get an exact duplicate, exact copy of all of the arguments and the Pine script, etc. But go over to Yerb or even Chris Moody. And Chris Moody is doing a lot of fantastic work with Pine script over at TradingView. And it's kind of a must-see. All right, then I have followed through with the EMA 32 area fill, which is in this kind of dirty red color. And that's the 32 EMA, and then the Elliott, and this full spectrum Elliott. Normally what I would do here, although I was doing a demonstration, is that I would just simply format just the intermediate, because I'm only interested in those major moves. So the intermediate gives me that's a silver color here. But for this example, you are seeing every single Elliott. The lines that you see are really just, that came off of bottoms and ray tooled out on particular candles that I was looking at, and then that ray tooled out. And so we actually saw this kind of odd ascending wedge pull out and spill out. That's when I was able to draw the channel because of the spill out and the double bottom. And then of course here we are here now at a triple bottom, and that's what this red circle is all about. So basically, even though it all kind of started here, there was the follow-up right here, over here on the right. And we had mentioned that there should be some kind of digression of price at the 243. If the 243 got tagged, which it did, we were talking about this over here, that it seemed to me that the pressure of the 243 was really bearing on price, and the little breaches that we got here weren't much. And here we're just walking down. We could see more of this sort of channeling, but it's in this lower parts of the channel now. And seriously, price is seriously depressed. So we might even go in there and simply draw on an Elliott 5, which would be that print right there. Maybe we'll go into that candle and do something more with that. And so that we kind of know that this is really now the range that we need to kind of keep our eyes on. It's all very, very tight, as you can see. The 243, the 8, the 41, all very tight ranged. And I don't know, we got a lot of woes, and especially in this first candle that just brought price down soon after the 841 cross, just crashed down in price. So with 2 minutes to spare, and we're waiting on Coach Brian. Just stay with me for just a little bit. I'll be on mute until maybe I can fish him out there from the deep blue waters of Vancouver, and I will see what we can do and put together. If not, we'll go over the EL, JWN, PSUN, and ENR. I was having some problems building the multi-windowed charts earlier, so I may not try and do that with those names so that we don't run into too much problem. We'll see what happens. If you are in the stream and listening and you want to give me a shout out, like I said, you can do so on Google+, right? And you're going to just look me up on Google+. It's Plus Beauty Bubble. If you want to be considered and be invited to the events, make sure that you let me know, and I will place you in a circle and you will be invited. When you are invited to the circle, it does give you every right to come on and be mic'd up, so be ready for that. There's lots of things that you have to agree to that Google lays out that you have to agree to before you set onto mic. Then you can reach out to me on Twitter, and my handle is @BeautyBubble on Twitter. And then, as I said earlier, make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel, which is The Beauty Bubble. The Beauty Bubble. And so with 1 minute to spare, and let's see if we can get Coach Brian. You can see that I've been in contact with him, so I'll keep this up in case he seems to pop in. somewhere, and with 1 minute to spare. Maybe I'll go to his calendar. Let's see. That's right. We'll go to his calendar right quick. Okay. Going to the calendar. Yes, calendar. So I think maybe his calendar is inside of his site. What does it do that there? I'll have to look him up. So the way you look up people on the Plus is go here, go to his actual site. Come over here. And, you know where I can get it? It's from his website. That's what I'll do. I'll go to the website and I'll post that in here too. So this is who we're looking for. If you are in contact with him over at TradingView, maybe send him a word. So we are now just a couple minutes behind. I do not see him in the stream. And let's see if I come over here, if I can get him live. I think he is. Okay, we have Joe is live and Crypto's live, and he is not live right now. So let me go to his website and see what's going on. I don't want to open up too many windows. I'll get out of Stock Screener. I'll get out of the Google Plus page. And let's see, which one is this one? There's lots of rules about this, about sitting and waiting and wondering and all of that. But we're just going to let it all happen. See how that did that? See how it knocked me out of the... Okay, so we're going to be in a dark slate right now, if you don't mind. While I'm trying to go to his website. Look at that delay. Wow. That one was like huge. That was a huge, massive. Okay. Go this one. And here. Come back up. Come over here. Let's see if that works. I mean, really, there's got to be a better way. So hopefully now you can see the Bitstamp, yeah. Okay, so it's the Rational Investor. There it is there. Okay. So he did not do a, there's the calendar. And there we are at 6 p.m. on the 23rd. So we're booked. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. We're booked right here. And at 6 p.m. on March 23rd, 2014. So we're booked. Six to 7. So right there. Hmm. Okay, guys. So we will sit and wait, maybe. Is that what everybody would like to do? I would put the link inside of the YouTube, but YouTube doesn't allow for us to put links. So this is Coach Brian's website, and it's entitled The Rational Investor.ca, or the Canadian Rational Investor. You can find it both ways. Extremely robust site. I should probably book him to just talk about the site, but that's where you can find him. And we'll go back over to the charts, and we'll just wait. Okie dokes. So that's what we're going to do, and we'll be on mute for just a little bit. Thank you. Before I do that, I'll get us into a little smaller time frame here so we can watch this in real time instead of the 15-minute. That might be a little bit more exciting. Hope you guys can see the chart. Let's make sure that we got the 1 minute. There's the 1 minute. Okay. So you guys are watching the 1 minute Bitstamp. There we go. Back on mute. We're just kind of in a holding pattern waiting for Coach Brian, everybody, so I'm on mute for just a little bit while I do a couple of things here, okay? Thank you. Okie dokes. So it's like 11 minutes after the hour for me, and I don't really know what the protocol is exactly. Um, what I should do here. So I could. I'm gonna see if I can put the 4 up chart, and then I'll post it on the. I'll publish it on Twitter. So back on mute. Alright, so I've set up the 4 tiles. You can notice that at the bottom lower left you'll see that I am using the Yerb 4 times MA Cross, and that you can look him up and make sure that you just make one of his charts yours, and then you'll also get the same Pine script, although I modified it for Ruby. Um, so these are the 4 tickers that we planned on covering tonight, and he was given those 4 tickers, and I think we're just kind of waiting for him. You know, maybe he had another commitment. If not, I will kind of go through where and how Ruby is taking a look-see at the 4 tickers, and let me get this over to Twitter right quick too. So just give me a couple moments. Thank you. Okay, so you guys are seeing that I'm kind of struggling a little bit here. I think that should be okay. Okay, Control C, Control V. All right, let's see what happens. And I'll make a post here and publish. Okay, so this should be an example to everyone as to how not to get banned, because I believe that I am obeying all of the house rules where you are not doing any solicitation whatsoever on the charts. And you notice how that didn't come up as a 4-up? Ooh! Why? Why didn't that do a 4-up? Not good. Why didn't it do a 4-up? Okay, so there are the 4 charts. We have posted them, I believe, in the correct way. Here they are now over at TradingView. And this was supposed to be a 4-up. Maybe it is. I'm just not seeing it that way. Okay, the Hangout is there. And the only bit of this that you guys need is the YouTube link. So let me go back to the Hangout. Let me grab the YouTube link from here. It's right here. And this is all about time efficiency. You can see how cumbersome this is. And here's the, I'll edit. And this will be the post for the YouTube link. Okay. See if that works. And zoom. Okay. That should do it. So I'm not soliciting on the chart, number 1. Number 2, you should use your edit, your description for all of your outreaches here. For me, right now, I can't make additional comments. You can see, please add a comment. Positive feedback and constructive criticism are important to authors and the community. You can see also that it only took the ENR ticker, so it's not coming across as a 4-up, and I don't know exactly why. I'll look that up later. And I am getting a ping from someone. How was that? I just got a ping. My goodness. What? What? Yeah, of course. Remember, I can't ping you, though. Right? What do you want me to talk about? I don't even get to see your whole message either, so you'll have to probably send this in a couple of different ways. So just so that you know, I am able to receive what you say to me. I just can't, I can't talk back to you except for through what we're doing right now here on YouTube. So I won't even mention names either. So I don't know, can you talk about this, ... I don't know. You'll have to help me out. What would you like for me to talk about? I'm waiting for Coach Brian to come in and discuss the 4 tickers that we have up for Chart Sugar. So that's why I even have gone live. Okay, here it comes back again. Thank you. No, that was your original one. Happy to talk about whatever you want me to talk about. You know me. Happy, happy. I think that people are rather curious about the banning. And of course, this is Coach Brian's time right now. It's 23 minutes after the hour. So we will do, I should get my Emily Post book out. I don't know how long is appropriate for us to wait. But I did want to make sure that you guys did know that Chart Sugar was going to be covering Estee Lauder, JW Nordstrom, P-Sun, and Energizer Holdings. And I think I had called it, you know, what did I call it? Like Stockini or something like that, like spring bikini, talking about what's out there in the beauty world, the makeup, beauty and makeup, sun care, and the fashion that's surrounding. But what you get from Coach Brian is that even though these tickers may not be of interest to you, you will pick up something that is of great interest to you. So, because we can't constantly be focusing on coin all the time, or else you won't learn as much fast enough, because one day you'll see a ticker and you'll go, you know what? I remember seeing that with Estee Lauder. I remember learning about that pattern. I remember how to chart this out in the right way. So we're covering this. This is called Chart Sugar with Beauty Bubble and CRI. I'm going to get going. And he is going to just get in these charts, dig them out, rebuild them, because the charts that you're seeing right now, of course, are based on Ruby parameters. And we will just wait, I guess. And Chris Michael, you'll have to let me know what it is that you want me to talk about, okay? Because until enough time has gone by, I don't think I'm not going to discuss the banning as much until enough time has gone by. Because I know that there's a few people that would just rather that I not talk about it. So, want to make everybody happy. I'll be on mute for a little bit while you guys think about some stuff. Thanks. So I've just heard from my Emily Post guy. Basically, we wait another 4 minutes, and then we either decide to shut things down or move on to the next subject. Okay, so that's what we'll do. Okay, so you guys, looks as though I had an internet connection disruption, considering the disruptions going on. Not really too sure how that happened, but once I got back into the producer's event window over on Google, it seems as though I was able to get back in. It looks as though the live control room is showing that we do have stream health, and I want to thank everybody that's come and stopped by. But that's the thing that I'm really most surprised at, actually, is the number of people, not the number that's at the bottom, but the number of people that come and listen. I mean, first of all, I want to really congratulate you guys for encouraging the outreach, because that's what you really do by stopping by and listening to what's being said. Um, I not one to really schedule these things necessarily, but decided to do so tonight. And Coach Brian, we are now in a 35-minute wait, and I am being kind of told that that's just enough time. And so we are not going to pursue the chart sugar with Coach Brian. But what I would like to do, because I'm committed to this attitude that every once in a while that we cover names that are within this specified industry and sector that I'm fascinated by its seasonality. I'm fascinated by the fact that it's really driven by marketing and colorization, threats of the weather, uh, um, celebrity. There's so many neat things about when you start to cover fashion, personal care, health, and wellness. You get to look into the hotel business, or the hoteliers. You get to look into the world of travel as well. So it's a wonderful kind of focus. And so if this theme is cool, and of course it works really well with the persona that I have on YouTube, and of course it works within the beauty community of YouTube. So in that regard, I know that it's for the coiners, it's a little of a sideways deviation, but because Coach Brian was willing to come in and take a look at the names, I thought, well, you guys would certainly learn something from learning and seeing how he charts, especially from different points in the chart. And so, that works. Obviously, I might have been able to reach out to him more efficiently through the TradingView, but I was banned. I'm on a 5-day ban right now, and this is how it appears to me. So, for example, if I want to write Chris Michael, and I do think that he wrote me, he wrote in the YouTube comment section, so I do have to. So let's say if I just do a test here, and I send that out, it says that I've been banned from the chat for 5,408 more minutes. So I'm banned for 5 days, and that I'm supposed to read the house rules to learn more about possible reasons of the ban. Possible reasons of the ban. For additional information or complaints, please contact us at support@tradingview.com. So that's what's going on. I cannot PM anyone. There's some functionality inside of TradingView that I do have. I can't PM a moderator, which doesn't even resonate with me. I don't know why I can't do that. And I can't PM admin. I can't call admin. So no one that is like a paid employee is within the stream of a ban. This is a pretty serious ban, too. It's a 5-day ban. And I don't know what I was looking at something that was discussing was interesting. They referred back to 9/11. And did you know that the New York Stock Exchange was closed for 3 days after 9/11? 3 days after 9/11, they were able to get themselves back online, and in 3 days. And yet I've been banned for 5 days for what they consider not. I believe that the basis of the ban has to do with not cooperating with the moderators' warnings. And, I do not, the whole notion of being moderated is absolutely outrageous in my world. And I don't think that a chat that only streams 100 deep needs to be moderated. As a matter of fact, after everybody got their fill of the banning yesterday, it went away, as it should. But they want to look at it as though it went away and therefore it doesn't matter. I don't matter. And I'm going to tell you, everybody matters. And you've heard me say this, that there is greatness and goodness in all of us, each and every one of us. And the sense of power and control over my feed over at TradingView, when I am a person that's recommended to follow, I have over 700 followers. I've produced over 300 charts. I've been in this system and in the stream of this forever. And that the moderators apparently have their little powwows, and they decided on a Saturday morning that they would come after. So what I'm trying to do now is make sure that I'm abiding by the house rules, which of course they can change, and they will change. This is the thing about house rules. But I don't know how this is actually all going to work out. I don't know. Just like I never knew how Chart Chat Connect was going to work out. We don't know. All of us served to bring ourselves, our unique personalities and attitude towards the charts, our unique personalities and attitudes towards the trade, unique personalities and attitude towards the world of charting and financial broadcasting, books about finance, trainings, webinars, our unique perspective on these matters. And I am not someone that bans, ignores, flags, mutes, or reports people. What a fraud that is, that I could possibly be the definer of that. Are you crazy? Come on. And I haven't met anyone that I feel is the definer of that. And that's why I don't agree in building up your moderator base. And the founder, Stan Bokov, knows how I feel about this. He has heard my voice about it. I told IDEO about what my position was on the no ban, no flag, no mute, no report attitude. And let people work it out. There's nothing, believe you me, most people have seen the word asshole in a chat. Most people have seen some of the most disgusting things said about women in the chat. I think that they've all seen these things. So just let them go through, let them get flushed out, just like a turd down a toilet. Just let that happen and stop with the banning and the protocol of disciplining people. Just knock it off. Okay, we're not 8-year-olds. So anyway, what I'm hearing, although I don't know how it's going to work out, is that I am no longer allowed to let you guys know over in the chat bar that these events are going on, and I'm certainly not allowed to let you know that they're going on the charts. So that whole concept of a promoted chart or promoted posts, that isn't happening. And I don't know how much it would cost for someone to be able to have the authority to have a promoted chart. I think that they should allow it and that they should consider it, because the pro feature badge, there are more moderators and there are pro badges that are in the stream of the chat. And yeah, I could go on. This is a fascinating subject for me, but now we're 44 minutes into the programming and no Coach Brian. And I don't think we are going to maybe hear from him, unless 6 o'clock is a different 6 o'clock. But he's in Vancouver, so I think his 6 o'clock is the same 6 o'clock as my 6 o'clock. And so I'm not going to go with that. So we'll check out, go over to Google Plus and see if I have any notes. And I have my ideas about what's going on actually in this whole kind of thing. There's been a huge, since really the coiners started to come in, there's an odd bit of business that's been happening, and I can't say exactly why. I don't know why. And Andrew Kuchin. Thanks, Andrew. What you got going on? Hello, hope your day trading has been going well. I was wondering, not now, because the market seems to be building up steam to make a move one direction or the other, when you might be free to maybe help me understand Ruby a tad better. It seems every time I think I might understand it, you publish another chart with a different Ruby indicator, which I absolutely love, but also it scares me because I don't want to use a system I don't fully understand to trade, and there's absolutely no rush for this at all, and you don't even need to help me if you are too busy, but if you are willing, I was wondering what time would be best for you, because I will make my schedule fit whatever time is best for you. Thank you for all your help. Okay, Andrew. How am I supposed to? I'm going to reply. First, I'm going to add you to some circles here, okay? Add you to the creator group 2 circle. Number 1. Number 2 is that I am going to reply to the Hangout. Okay. So let's see. Andrew Kuchin. So let's see what he says back. Back over to the chart. I get a lot of questions about Ruby. And being that Ruby is a collaboration of efforts in it, and there we go. Thank you. Let's see what you say. He says, yes, I am. Okay. All right. So yes, I am. Okay. Let me ask him. Asking him if he wants to be mic'd up. One thing I've learned out of like, I don't know, I know that it was well over 200 people that I shared Ruby with, where we were with Ruby in the early days. And I'm not going to be doing it without voice. I'm certainly not going to be doing it without it being archived. Because there's a lot that can be learned by the questions that are asked and the things that we're seeing, and because she is in development. And I wish that she could have been boxed the first week of January. We got very, very close. And so Let's see what he wants to do. Okay, Chris Michael Beauty, check personal messages. I have a question. I sent chart and question in your message. Okay, so this is the deal, Chris. It is very difficult. Okay, so I'll send him that, and then Andrew says back. See, this is fun, huh? Unfortunately, I never bought a mic. Here, I'll send you the... There we go. So, I'll go back here. And, oh, that's right, I lost that. Shoot. Lost the YouTube link. So let's come here. Come back over here. That should be it there. Come back over here. Here. Okay, come back over here. There we go. Okay, he should get a kick out of that. That's Andrew Kuchin. He goes actually way back, Andrew does. So we will get a little word from him maybe inside of Google Plus if he can hear me, because I can actually have an ongoing conversation with you pretty easily in the Google Plus window, because you're not looking at a chart. Let me kind of mosey around on the charts here, if you don't mind, Andrew, while you get situated. So this I will have not done before. If you're in, this will be fun because you are over at Google Plus. So you can talk to me through your Google Plus with just writing, and then I can respond to you. Or you can make comments over on the YouTube stream, although I think one or the other is going to have a hideous delay. One or the other. I don't know which one it will be. And so that'll be fun. We'll see how that works out. So you've got the live YouTube event. Okay, so we're good there. Over, oh my goodness, there he is. Okay. I know. Hi. Oh, this is fun. Okay, so this is Andrew Kuchin, everybody. Now what's really cool is that Andrew really kind of goes back a ways in the early days of Ruby. And should I talk on here with you? Yeah, I mean, it ends up being, okay, Andrew, whatever you put in here, of course, is being broadcasted, right, because we are broadcasting live on YouTube. And it gets archived, which is really cool now. If you remember, we were doing the Hangouts, the private Hangouts, which were just 10 seats deep. And, you know, the ad hoc, and then none of it was recorded. And then YouTube, someone in the stream, it was Ascend, a fellow named Ascend, he says, why don't you take it to YouTube? And I said, well, YouTube, you have to have 100 people subscribing to you. And I had been doing those beauty videos. I didn't have anybody that was really subscribing. And so he says, no, I think you can just do it, doesn't matter. And I was like, really? So sure enough, I get on there, and YouTube, it lets me go live. And of course, I flipped out. And initially, it was that you could go live, maybe it was an hour, then it went to 4 hours, and then they came out with 8-hour live. And of course, I even said to Robert Sweetman today, I said, you know, I just love this outreach. There's something about it that I really love, and I might just be terrible at it. I might be like, I'm sure that I'm just terrible at a lot of things, but it just feels to me um, like this is where I belong. I belong inside of this technology. I may not belong here as a entertainer or an actress or a beauty guru, you know, but I absolutely adore the technology. So here I am. And there's probably some DNA reasons why I really enjoy the technology. It has a lot to do with levels of communication and raising the bar for how you communicate. So then Andrew came in through TradingView, I believe Andrew, right? And we'll wait for Andrew to respond. I think your story with me is that you came through TradingView. I hope so. We'll see what he's going to say. And he's calling out that it's about a 1 minute lag. Oof, that is long. That is a long lag. Yikes. Whoa. 1 minute lag. We'll never get anything done with a 5 minute lag. Holy moly. That's not going to work, Andrew. And I think I probably put the smack down that I really, really do not want to talk to Ruby without having a live voice. I can't answer your questions. Like, there's just a lot of things about Ruby. Oh, okay, Google Plus is about a minute lag, but the YouTube, okay. All right, so here we go. So Andrew comes into my stream or circle, and it's at a point in time where we are developing Ruby under this idea of the Creator Group 1. And the challenge that Creator Group 1 had from the population no, from different walks, coders, colorists, idea makers, marketers, people that knew about, artists, like Lemegway, who was a chartist, a trader, a coiner, built the very first colorizations for Ruby. Some of the parameters came out of work that I had been doing with an incredible coder, kind of not new to coding, but really started to sink his teeth in to the world of coding last year at about this time. Really started to just, powerhouse. And it seems as though, so there's CR Investor, 2 minutes to spare. So I wonder what we want to do. Let me see here. So this gathering came, Michael Shane Lee. So Michael Shane Lee and myself developed, and he coded the Shane Lee cross, which is generally speaking the 841 cross. But at that particular time, the 841 cross was producing these incredible signals across many instruments and across many time frames. Now, it could have been the marketplace. It could have been just the tenor of the way that the market was moving, that the 841 was just queuing. It's called optimization. And the 841 was just optimized. And so through that, we parted ways, and I came over to TradingView, and I said to the guys at TradingView, you guys want to build something really kick-ass. let's see if we can build something kick-ass. And everybody, I mean, there were 75 people, 80 people, 90 people, something like that in the very, very beginning. Everybody wanted to participate. So initially, we just laid out what the parameters were. And so I'm assuming right now, for just for clarity, that Andrew has the original parameters. The original parameters are built on an exponential moving average sequence, okay, of the 8. And Andrew, I know that I'm going to confuse you, but it's the 8, the 12, or the 13. 12 or the 13. It doesn't really matter. We went back and forth, but the 8, the 13, the 41, the 51, which kind of got shelved a little bit, the 96, and the 243. And we didn't do this to annoy anybody. These were the numbers that for each reason, for different kinds of markets, for different things, were queuing up. Now at that point in time, a lot of coiners started to come in. And we decided that we would focus on the empty GOX primarily, because that was basically what was available and reliable as far as the stream. That we would try and build Ruby and use the hardest instrument that was out there at the time, and use Bitcoin as her, what do you call it? Like her placebo, you know? Like we would go ahead and build out these parameters, start looking at the charts, coming together, gathering evidence, determining the signals, seeing who could build her, how close could we get, with a deadline of January 1st. Somewhere along the line, there was a major disconnect, and I flipped out and became Feisty Spice. I did not like what I was hearing. I did not like the attitude towards what we were doing, that maybe it was bogus, it didn't mean anything. And because there had been, at that point in time, hundreds of people that wanted to hear about it, and hundreds of trades that were going by left and right, left and right, left and right. And everybody wanted to have information right now, the quick fix. So Ruby, just so that you know, Andrew, we did get her builded in Python, and she's on GitHub. We did run some back testing that was pretty insightful, but she never really did get finished, Andrew. She never got completed. So the charts even that you see that I'm working off of are really to appease some of the things that are going over at TradingView, such as the Pine script. And people are actually, you know, putting out a 3-up, a 4-up, a 6-up, an 8-up. So the big thing about, you know, too many EMAs, too many lines on the screen. So the Pine script now has been modified, and that's the charts that you see me working off of now. So it's a modified Ruby using the moving averages, simple movings, with an EMA, 32 EMA. It's the charts that you've been seeing. Not a whole lot of difference, but what's cool about the Pine script is that now you get to see the crosses happen. So if you throw in a 13, you'll get some maybe ideas about the no trade zones. But Wonky Tonky, if you remember Wonky, has actually developed his own code. It's proprietary, that deals with that sideways action that we had always had difficulty with. So you've got to stay in contact with him for sure, okay? That's at Wonky Tonky. He's not going to be giving it up, I don't think. I'm certainly not encouraging him to give up the what's called the Wonky Tonky sideways indicator, I think he calls it. So he's not giving up the Pine script for the sideways action that tells you, hey, you know, you need to be careful in these ranges because there are no trades to be taken in these times. We're still getting very great signals, you know, that I'm still using, albeit they're modified. They're basically all this, you know, they're basically the same. We were not able to get Dan Barasani to come in and build her out for the highs and the lows, because we thought that if we could get a high and low print using the Elliott, that would at least let people know, hey, we're getting close to a top, so be cautious, tighten your own wallet a little bit here, because the trade is starting to maybe look toppy. And on the other end of it is also that the trade is starting to look soft and maybe degrading even further if you were long. So some of the things that you're seeing are really just very simple modifications that go along with the growth of TradingView and what it's offering the chartists. And an email, yeah. You can get my email by going into the profile over at Chart Chat Connect, which is just me over at TradingView Chart Chat Connect. So if you want to email me from that email, you're happy to do that. And I put you in one of the circles so that you will be getting a global invite when I go live. And he's writing me in Google+. And he's saying to me, he says, I don't want to listen to any information about this system. Since I talked to you last, I've spent every minute learning charting and other indicators in general. And on Friday of this week, I was hired to write my trading system for a Wall Street company. Whoa! Oh my gosh, Andrew. I use Fibonacci the most. So I stopped listening because I don't want to listen to anything about your system until you know everything about me now, because my situation has changed. And I don't want to hear anything you might not want me to hear. I see. But I would love to have a conversation about what it is you are planning on doing and if I might be able to help. You are an awesome person. Thanks so much. Oh, Andrew, thank you so much. I would love to be able to work with you. And I agree with all of your thoughts about Google products as well. Thanks so much, Andrew. And I appreciate that that there's confidentiality. That was always an issue early on. That we wanted it to be open, and that became it became a burden actually for her to be open. But I think that the original intent of bringing people together to build something cool was the right thing. But of course, now that you found yourself gainfully employed, yay! We like that. I look forward to your email, and we'll just talk. I would love to. Absolutely love to. So, you are a loved person. And let me see if I can... you are a loved person. So, ditto. In all regards. There we go. Okay, so that's really sweet. Thank you. That's very nice to hear from him. Okay, so we have CR, but it's now 7:08, so I don't really know what he wants to do. Exactly. We'll try and write him again. And so, let's see. Okay. Would you like to come on and discuss things now? I am still live. There we go. Let's see. And I guess what I can do too is over at a Hangout, I will send him the link again. And we'll do it this way. Okay, and Andrew writes me back. I know, I'm like this open book, Andrew. Awesome. Let me know next time you're free, and I'll make myself available then. Talk to you in the future. Okay, that's beautiful. Absolutely great. And so you'll just hear from me, this week. I can't tell you exactly when, but if you send me an email, then, you know, we'll go back and forth that way for a little bit. I'm so surprised about the emails these days. Like the people are really still writing emails. It's crazy because it's like I have such a hard time just getting over to my email. But I understand now that you're in a professional position, it's always best to write all these things out. So I'll be closing out your window now, Andrew. Okay. And thank you very much for reaching out. And I'll talk to you really soon. Okay. Bye bye now. Fun, fun, fun. See? Isn't that fun? Okay, so he's got my email. I think we are on to reach out to one another. Okay, so there we go on that. Let's see. And there's really nothing that I can do. If anybody's in the stream that can reach out to see our investor. Anybody? Adam, maybe. I don't know. Adam, are you listening in? What I can do, maybe, Adam, is why don't I send out a thing to Adam? Okay, let's see if Adam wants to join in. It's Adam Hunt. Adam Hunt, right? Probably gonna get it wrong again. And he's not in there. So cancel that. Let me see. I think he was there. Oh, maybe it's one more. So go back over here. It's funny to listen to me try and sort all this stuff out. Huh? Anybody else would just put themselves on mute. So, bizarre. Adam Nash, Traders Plus, Adam Evers. So he's not in here. Adam, are you still in Google Plus? I think a lot of things are happening. A lot of people. See, I'm going to come down here. See, there he is right there. Adam Marcus, 2 people. Adam Hunt. There he is right there. Adam, I play for keeps. Hunt. Oh, I see. Okay. I'm going to add him to a circle. And I'll add him to a circle. Adam, I play for keeps. Hunt. Okay. I got it now. So, Adam, I play for keeps. Come back over here. And Adam. Let's send me a message. But I don't know if I can do that. Okay, Adam, I play for so we take it back to invite people. And it's actually Adam. Let's quote, I play for areas. I play for keeps. Crazy. Invite. Okay. So we'll see. Okay, did you want to come on? Oh, that's mine. See how it's not easy, right? All right. Okay. I'll get rid of that. rid of this. And Chris Michael, if you can hear me, I don't know what the disposition is of reaching out to see our investor, but we're now looking at 7:14, so that's like an hour and 14 minutes delayed. So I think I've done my bit. It's just a matter of waiting now, I guess. So I do want to keep my charts up, so that's what I'm going to do on the 1 minute. Go ahead and keep them up until I hear otherwise. Tina, that would be a good question. He's saying, I know I asked this yesterday, but how do I get my hands on the Willie indicator? I've been plodding around on your graphs and profile, but the option to import eludes me. So I'll keep those tabs open. And privately. There's keep it. So you can see that I've invited both people, and we're just kind of waiting. Brian. And Adam. Alright, so while I maybe get a big bowl of something or other, and put you guys on mute for a little bit, and at 7:16 on the Pacific side of the United States of America, we're an hour and 17 minutes behind schedule, and we'll be arriving in San Antonio in about 4 hours. Alright, so I think we'll go over here and we'll take the single load and take it back over to Bitstamp. And we'll go into the 1 minute chart. And we can see that now price has fallen out of the cycle, and now we are below that additional trend line. So I'll open it up to the 15 minutes so we can see how we have prices degraded here. And we're looking at, actually, there's some bottoms over here that we've gone through at 550.09. And we are not at a double bottom just yet from when things took off at the 541.13 area, 541.13. In fact, 541 was the actual low over here. So it does look like it is ledging out. There's one ledge, comes down to a ledge on price. It's falling back down at a ledge, and it should do this as we attack the 540 area. So I'll put a line here. Come back over here, press this in here, and we will right click to make sure that we're at 541. Sorry, price is 540, right? 540, I believe. But it had to have been 540. Change the coordinates so we're specific. And there we go. And that's all that. So it looks like a mess, but we've been following this for 3 days, and your chart should probably look about like that in 3 days, watching price. come off of this level right here as we watch this come down to the level again, and now this is really the point of contact. Okay, and we'll be back on mute. Thanks. I'm still with you guys, okay? I probably frightened a couple of you. So I'll just do the roundabout and see where we're at. Alright, well there's no reason why you shouldn't hear what I'm going through. Let's go to Google Plus. And I'm not hearing back from Brian. And not hearing any comments left. There is one notification I have though. You think I should try it? Yeah, I'll open it up, I guess. It says previously read. That's it. Okay. Those are all done. Mark is all read, I believe. Okay. So that's that. Go back to the chart and let's see what he's saying here. My Willie is now an innie. So you know what I think? This is what I think. I think that this opportunity will have to wait for a different set of circumstances, I think. I think that's where we're at, guys. It's funny how people control each other. So I'll just kind of keep this live, and I'll probably just wrap things up. Oh, it doesn't matter. I'm always saying that. Oh, I'm going to wrap things up. I wrap things up when Google says, okay, you're timed out now. It's time for you to go home. So they don't want it. TradingView doesn't want it. They don't get it. I think it's simple as that. And I think that I just have to be, brave enough to believe enough. Brave enough to believe enough. So I'll write that down. That is kind of the quote of the night. Quote of the day. Be brave enough. What did I just say? Be brave. No, so what did I just say? I said, anyway. Be brave enough to believe enough, I think it was. To believe enough. Okay. So if you have the tickers, make sure that you keep them at hand, and those would be your EL, Estee Lauder, JW Nordstrom's, Paxson, and Energizer Holdings. Those are the 4 names, and we'll just see if we can pick up on those 4 names with Chart Sugar. And if I need to run through kind of the way that I look at names, and some of the ways that I build my charts, some of the ways that I look at my charts, then I'm happy to do that. This was not to be the Beauty Bubble show ever. Chart Chat Connect and Coin Chat Connect are for indeed the entire community. Initially, it was for all of the chartists of TradingView.com. I hope somebody can really hear that loud and clear, because you know what I'm not hearing loud and clear? I'm not hearing anybody else say that loud and clear. That's the part that's really bugging me with all of this. I'm not seeing, I'm not hearing, there is no evidence whatsoever that anyone else is doing this. There's no evidence of that whatsoever. They're jumping ship so fast. They're showing their MT4 setups. I mean, shall I show some, I'll show my paid setup that I have. I've always shown the TradingView charts. I adore the TradingView charts. I think that the platform itself is a marvelous platform. I don't know why there is this kind of degradation of this outreach. There's nothing wrong and in my opinion, there was nothing wrong. The few people that find it wrong, in my humble attitude towards this, is that there's something wrong with them. Truly and truly and truly, that there is something wrong with them. And you know what? It's not all about one of us. It's not about one of us. It's not about the mod gods, the five guys that hide behind something or other. Please stop. 5 days is a long, long time in my world to be banned from a financial site. A long, long time. You guys made a serious, just a mistaken judgment. It's absolutely ridiculous. And there's nothing I can do, because apparently you've got to kiss ass with a moderator on TradingView to be part of their little club. And that's what it is, and it shouldn't be allowed. This is a site that's open. It's mostly free. The pro features are incredible and well worth the value. There's a lot of value in the pro features. But you know what? You don't have to pay for anything. I didn't. My pro account was gifted to me because of what I do. If you are a moderator and you're really good and you have all the experience in the world to moderate chat rooms, and you talk loud and clear to TradingView, you can get the pro features too and become a moderator. And you'll notice how everybody has to be a moderator. If you're going to be a moderator, you have to log in and be involved in the chat now. So I can't, even in 5 days, what would happen if I mentioned the word YouTube or Hangout or let's get together or what do you have to say or how's it going or find me over here, they would moderate me. And then, of course, I will get banned for life. And, which is just like, I had to say to Robert Sweetman today, it was kind of interesting. I said, everywhere I've gone, I've been banned. And for everyone that has heard me, I'm open. When I'm pissed, I'm pissed. I let you know that I'm pissed. There's no secret about it, and I'm no backstabber. Very happy to tell you up front that I'm pissed. Very happy to share with you my feelings, my gut feelings, as to when people are shitty to one another and they don't communicate. This is all about, it's called Chart Chat Connect. Chart Chat Connect. That's what this is all about. The whole thing. And you're supposed to do it on TradingView. That's what you're supposed to do. But apparently, TradingView doesn't want me to do it there anymore. So maybe next time you hear from me, we will just shop around and see what other charting software is out there that will have us, and be okay with them having their charts on YouTube and hundreds of people, yes, hundreds of people watching them and seeing them, okay, for 8 hours at a clip. And I'm really sick and tired of this whole, how many people, oh, that's not enough people. Believe you me, over time, we just started this. This is just a baby project. We just started. We have no idea what's going to happen. So maybe we just need to go shop on, just, what do they say on the whiz? Just move on down the road. And in 5 days, if I do one post and it isn't to their liking, or I'm not according to house rules and they ban me for life, then we won't be using TradingView charts. And probably anybody that comes on to Chart Chat Connect that is using TradingView charts, I will have to give a stern warning to, that they're not allowed, because I've been banned and I don't want to get into any trouble with anybody. So, don't want to do that. And I give it to the moderators, man. You rule the roost. And so as JR takes on his status tonight, who was in there before? I think Dan. Dan had the last little bit of time, and now it's for JR to take over. So I think that that's the stern talking that they got, was that when moderators aren't in, then what? Oh, I went hog wild, taking away TradingView clients. That's a bunch of bullshit. I never took away a TradingView client. If there was anything that ever happened, they came here, they learned, they listened, and then they came back to TradingView. So there's nobody taking anything from anybody. You guys need to be looking at some other people. That's what you need to be doing. And the people that busted me out, maybe you need to go take a look at what they're up to. So all I've shown is a TradingView chart. All I've been showing are TradingView charts. So the little bit of visits that we've done over to Bitcoinity, that was to oblige the people that were participating and that were on the mic. They don't think it's a good idea that I only do TradingView. You know, they didn't think it was a good idea. And I'm beginning to start to agree with them. Isn't that crazy? And then everybody is going to be happy, right? That's my big theme. I want to see everybody so happy with that decision. I mean, I'm not happy for the decision, but happy that they're happy. And then you're going to make a whole lot more money, too. So, in about 9 minutes, we will close it up. So, thanks very much. I do wish that there had been a show. I'm not hearing anything back from Brian whatsoever. Nothing. Nada. I will check my email. You want me to do that? Check my email. Yeah, I don't mind. You guys can see it. Got one new. And nobody. Andre invited you to a conversations. Andre? And then primary? It looks like we got a post to moderate. Oh, that's fun. Right. Got all sorts of interesting things over there. And we're just going to watch this thing just slip on down. The trend line that you want to have in your queue is, see if I can find the beginning bits of it. It could happen from back in here. There it is right there. Let's see if I can get it coming out. How far back does it go? There it is. There it is right there. Okay. So at 1800 hours on the 21st. And now we're on the 23rd. So this is why building out trend lines and finding the primary trend lines using other tools is very helpful. You can see that this whole line was built from here. No, that one's that one. I'm trying to find this one. It's going to be right in here. Still looking, so hold on. That's a parallel line. That is the tool to show you direction. And it was up here somewhere anyway. It's being hidden somewhere in here. And then it ray tooled out, and I caught the next bit of it, and that was up here though. Gotta get in there and see where that is, importantly. I'll get up just a little closer. Ah, there it is right there. You can see it hidden behind here. And then we grabbed it from back there. I think it was at this doji right here. Right here. And then we grabbed the second part of it. We grabbed it pretty early. Actually, it was from here to when it tagged another trend line. It may have at that point in time been a cross on a smaller time frame, on the 15 maybe. And then it got rayed out. You're going to notice that it got rayed out, it got rayed out. It apexed at around this circle, and you notice how the wave, it came in and then it ejected out. Remember, I don't create these things. The market creates these patterns. And then it's still ray tooled, ray tooled, ray tooled, and then here we are here. Remember, this is on the 1 hour. But what happens when you come to the 15, you can actually see, this is what's called a trend line break. You can see it tagged. Once it breached, it came in again, it recovered, and then it completely claimed it. It literally claimed the trend line. Do you see that? Breaching, 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 full breach. And now we're just moving down. There's the 8. The 8 having been short this whole time, not ever crossing the 41. Look at right here. There's never a signal in the 15 for it to go long, not even a kiss. There's a close-up of that right here if you want to see it. Once again, at a 3 Fibonacci, and you're going to notice that here's the tag to the 243, and look at that. The 8 never did threshold breach. Nothing of the sort. It literally skipped right off of the 41. So the short was still intact while this was happening at the price point of 564.85. That's how clever Ruby was and is. Okay, so we get the trend line breach, right? Tag, breach, full breach. And so we're now in a full short right now. Do a reframe, and we're just going to watch this materialize. And I think I've got a lower number down here, right? We built. We did the 541. So that's our next area. And I'll do a circle, and my famous circles. Do a circle right here and right there. I'm going to move it up and do that. Okay? And that's kind of where we're looking at. Of course, on trend, move this over a little bit so that we're on trend. Move it over here. But that's kind of the area that we're focusing on. Now, 2 minutes until it's 8 o'clock, the top of the hour, and at the top of the hour, I will be closing down the event. I want to thank everybody that decided to stop by and take a listen, and you know that, I kind of yin and yang it, and I'm up and I'm down, and just like the market, completely unpredictable, no reason to be predictable. I don't get paid for doing predictions or forecasts or anything like that. I leave that to the professionals. We come together for education and entertainment purposes only. If you are involved in the market, please know that it is a very risky endeavor, that there are risks that you need to consider, and that being that they are financial risks that you need to get the advice of a professional. This has been Beauty Bubble for Chart Chat Connect and Chart Sugar. I'm going to keep a lookout on the 4 names that we were covering tonight. That was EL, Estee Lauder, JWN, that's Nordstrom, and PacSun, and Energizer Holdings, plus the Bitcoin Bitstamp. I look forward to chatting with you during this week while we're kind of dark. Ooh. We're dark, and we'll just plan on getting together again very soon, and thank you very much. I wish there was a closing song. There is a closing video, though. You want to go look for Robert Sweetman on YouTube, and go ahead and take a look at a very kind of humorous satire on what the Forex, when you're a Forex trader, and what one would expect out of that. So check him out. That's Robert Sweetman on YouTube. So you want to make sure that you follow me on Twitter at Beauty Bubble. You want to make sure that you subscribe to the Beauty Bubble channel on here on YouTube so that you'll get notifications. Search me out on Plus Beauty Bubble, or even Plus Traders Plus. You can reach out there. You can leave me a message, we think. We're not really too sure. You might be able to leave a comment message on a chart if you are trying to reach me. I'm trying to think of all the other cool places that you can find me. I think that's about it. I think that's all that there is. Okay, so here comes the ding dong, and I wish everyone very well. And there's nothing more that I can say other than this: that there's greatness and goodness in all of us, each and every one of us, and how much I appreciate you. You have absolutely no idea what I get by saying these words to you and out there to whomever is listening. You give me far more joy than I ever expected would happen, and the fact that I can even do this, I thank YouTube, I thank Google Plus, I thank Scott Bannister, the smartest person I know on the planet, and Howard Lindzen, the most brave person I know on the planet, that they keep on pushing on and pushing on, pushing the envelope, raising the bar. That's spelled B-A-R-R-E, and this has been B-E-A-U-T-Y, and I'll see everybody later. Bye.